silence them.
Hi everybody, second day of Lammas Monologues. Ready?
Hi. And don't worry about it if you need to get up and go to the restroom or get something or do something. It's all good. We're still in a soft circle, and we're ready to get started. Oh, sir, take us away.
Welcome to day 2 of the Lammas Monologues. We have got some amazing things in store for you today. It's another beautiful day out here in Index, Washington, under a cloudless sky. So very nice. So I thought I would start off by telling you all a story on this beautiful day, because it reminded me of another beautiful day. First off, I should probably start by saying that as of today, we do not really mean that the things we say here are true. A story, a story. Let it come, let it go. So I was walking along the river one day, and I was walking with Tiger, and we came up to a swimming hole, and Tiger was drinking out of it, and I saw those big, beautiful orange and white and black striped balls on that tiger. And I looked down at my own little shrinkly black spider balls, and I got jealous. Envious. I wasn't afraid he was going to take mine. I wanted his. And so I said, hey, Tiger, why don't you go swimming in that water? It's such a hot day, and I know how a big cat likes the water. Oh, and don't get those big, beautiful balls. Well, you leave them right there. I'll watch them. And so that cat popped his balls off and put them on the bank and went for himself a swim. So I got over there as fast as I could, and I got them balls, and I took my little itty-bitty raisin-like balls, and I set them on the beach, and I took his big ball, and I ran to the nearest city. And when I got there, I saw a monkey. And I said, hey, monkey, you hear that newest song that's going out across all the land? It goes, tiger balls, yeah, I got tiger balls. Now, nobody can mess with me at all, no one put me up against that big black wall, because I ain't Tiger's testimonials. I ate tiger balls. The monkey was like, oh, man, that's the best song I ever heard. Of course I know it. It's playing all over the place. And so he started singing it himself. He said, tiger balls, yeah, I got tiger balls. Nobody can mess with me at all. No one put me up against that big black wall, because I had Tiger's testimonials. And he went off singing. And I went and ran with Tiger's balls. And I hid him in the bushes. And I went back to the swimming hole. And Tiger was so mad. He's slapping at all the flies. And he sees me. And he says, Anansi, what did you do with my balls? I said, I didn't do anything. Monkey came while you was there, and he ate your balls up, and he beat me up, and he took my little balls, and he ate them, and I was so embarrassed, and so I ran away. And Tiger said, I don't believe you, Anansi. You're a trickster. I'm going to eat your liver. Just then, coming through the trees, he hears, tiger balls, oh, tiger balls. Man, no one mess with me at all. I ain't Tiger's testimonial, and Monkey didn't even get the song right, but he took the blame right. And in that moment, Tiger started scratching at the trees, growling, Monkey, give me back my balls. Monkey just laughed and threw stuff at him. So, moral of the story is, you're never too small to make a big impact. So, it's also why Tiger's got little, itty-bitty, tiny balls to this day. So, shall we get started?
Talking about big balls.
Talking about big balls. Cassie. Our first presentation of the day, Marie Laveau.
Portia. I am
Marie Laveau, the voodoo queen of New Orleans. Ah! I am lioness. Feel me, my juju is strong. In New Orleans, I was a hairdresser. I'm a free woman of color. I stand proud to be with you today. You white people are scared of me. I feel it. I feel it. It is okay. I will not hurt you. The stories are not true. I'm nice. I took care of my people. There are many stories because stories give you power. I'm Nancy. We know him as Aunt Nancy. Trickster. And Nancy is not a girl. So I come from Haiti with my lover, Jean Lafitte. He brings me over to the white people's land. And I run brothel. And we bring over many black women to the States of America, to a better life. In Congo Square, we play the drums. And we revive our religion. You do the same. You play the drum, it brings your religion back. You are reawakening your religion just like we did. You are facing many of the same problems that we did. Oppression, people with money, making it unfair for people without money, using injustices, using the police, using the death penalty. We had civil war. We had Andrew Jackson. We had malaria. We had many things that we fought. Jean Lafitte and the pirates and the black people together worked to free many people. You have people that are not free. You are told that you are free, but it is a lie. You are not free. You have been taken from your home. Every one of you are not from here. Maybe you.
The one Native American.
Every one of you have been taken from your home, and you were taken from your religion, and you were told lies by your government. Your history is not what you are told. It was our struggle to be free. And it is your struggle today. You are enslaved while you are dazzled with your entertainment and your electronics. And my heart cries out for you to hear. I have a story. I gained my house by magic. I suffered for another. In a courtroom with peppers in my mouth, I suffered so another could be free. And that is how I got my house. And that is how I got my riches. You are not able to amass wealth until you have your property. The land is your power. You must have your land. You must claim it as your own. People, when you band together, you can do everything. But you must be loyal. And you must know who your brothers and sisters are. And you must stand together for everything. For everything. And this is the message that I bring to you. Be it pleasing, be it not so pleasing. I hope that you feel my heart. I hope.
Thank you, Queen. That was awesome and intense. So, I introduced to you Brody, his higher self. Oh, NSFW, turn your speakers down if you can't have cuss words. Also, if there are children in the audience who might not be able to hear cuss words, now would be a great time to say la 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 very loudly.
Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Move your fucking car already! God, drive! Why do you even own a car if you can't be asked to learn how to fucking drive it? Why are you leaving so many spaces? There's 5 car spaces in front of you. Are we hanging out in this turn lane all day? Do we all get in these cars to hang out alone together in this turn lane? I was under the impression that this device was supposed to take me somewhere. Oh, I shouldn't let it get to me. I shouldn't let it get to me like this, but I'm conflicted. There's always this conflict between the me who knows that there are rules to the road, that there are lights, and there are lines, and there are lanes, and that there are pathways that diverge and reconnect. There's a part of me that knows that, and there's this other part of me that has no patience for this stuff. Just push forward. Just get there already. I'm not beholden to these pathetic 4 dimensions of time and space. I'm already there. I'm already where you're going. And I want you to be there already. Things will be so much better once you have made it to this destination. And I have no patience for the fact that the car needs gas. For the fact that if you press through this intersection, you're going to run into that car. And that's going to be a whole other detour. That's going to make things take much longer for you to get to where you're actually going. There are many practices, many faiths that talk about ego death. And it is true that the ego can be the thing that holds us back. It starts unhewn, like a rock or a chunk of iron. But it is our capability that allows us to chip away at it until it becomes a tool that helps us find the balance between the part of us that knows the rules of the road, that knows that rent is 30 short days away, and the part of us that wants us to throw our whole being into immediately realizing all of our dreams. And it is this tool that can allow us to balance these 2 forces within ourselves, that can allow us to come to a place where we are taking the shortest path to the destination that we came here, that we put ourselves in this body with this ego in order to realize.
we continue on with our higher selves with Star.
Hello, all of you. Beautiful day. I love days like this. When I first started learning magic, I learned with 7 elements. One of them is the element of life. This is my element. Life teaches us re-emergence after death. After the initiation, after the drowning, after all the darkness that we pass through. It is the rebirth, the butterfly spreading its wings, the young deer that lives because the buck has fallen. That is life. It teaches us all that we truly value, all that we give our joy and love to, all that is truly worthy of our time. Sometimes we forget that joy, and we have to rediscover it. And that's a process too. Sometimes facing joy is as hard as facing the darkness of death. But we always bloom again from what we let die. Now is a time to let yourselves bloom, to leave behind what you have let die, to grow again. This is a hard time for all of you, and there's a lot that's going to be shaken up, and there's a lot that's going to be shed. But you need to remember that it will all grow again. And you need to be open, because the things that are coming your way are things you have not imagined yet. Life is unpredictable. It is never quite as it seems. This is the message I bring to you today.
Ecstatic life. Wonderful. Well, let us continue on this high vibration as we hear from Nico's higher self.
Hello. I am love and communication, but a subfacet of that, if you will. As you can see, I'm a bit dressed up for today, but for a reason. And it's what I'm wearing underneath that's a bit more important. This is the me you see, regularly. If you look below the surface, there's more to me that I don't always show. And it's not bad, but it's not my favorite, if that makes sense. But it's important. These things that you see on me are painful and not the greatest. Anxiety and depression and those things no one really likes to talk about. But they're part of me. And they're the part of me that I keep under the masks because I have to function in everyday life. And at the same time, I'm dealing with these things. And that's important because it's a process that you have to go through it. Everyone goes through it. And there's nothing wrong with going through it. And the reason I'm here telling you that is because there's two things I need to say. One, you are never alone through your suffering. Everyone is going through something. But we wear masks and faces and facades that get us through the day while we're working on these things. You have to. Society doesn't let you just deal with it in front of everybody. If you work in retail, you can't have a breakdown while you're trying to check out a customer. No one likes that. No one lets you do that. They whisk you off the floor like it's something to be hidden. But it's okay to go through these things. It's normal, and everyone does it. The second thing is that you never have to be alone when you go through these things. Come to me if I'm available, I will be there. But everyone has someone. You have this place. You have your teachers, parents, even your children at times have the things that you need to hear to get through these things. Because it sucks. And it hurts. But you are never alone. And you never have to be alone. Because everyone here loves everyone here. And we will be here for you. If we can. And if we can't, we'll find who can. Because this is a family. And we love each other. And that's what I had to say.
Blessings, Invoke. Thank you for that. Well, we move out of the higher selves, which are our second years, and we are blessed now to see the river herself, Nemesis.
Ooh. Don't think she heard you.
Nemesis.
Nemesis.
Do you remember who I am? How about you? Do you remember who I am? Or you? Or you? You've all been drowned in the Lethe! You've forgotten me, the Nemesis, the river of memory. I remember my mother when she was all the world was. I remember everything as though it were through a sheet of rippled glass or underwater. I remember my father's hand forcing us back into the world to prevent us from destroying him. I remember my brother's vows of vengeance. I remember my father being cut to pieces for his crimes and scattered to both the winds and the heavens. I remember. I remember my sisters and I going to my brother, Kronos. I remember when time wasn't an arrow. When you could take a step and have gone back 10 years, as though you had gone from the kitchen to the dining room. And we said to him, you face the same challenge as our father. Your children will outdo you. I remember order, as though that glass had been lifted, yet not everything had been put in place. Trees growing where they shouldn't. I remember Kronos' failed attempts to circumvent fate. I remember what you call the Titanomachy. The war between the Titans, my brothers, and the gods. Zeus. I remember Zeus bringing final order to play things, putting them in their place. I remember. What do you remember? What do you remember? What do you
I will remember a really awesome invocation. So next, we have from the northern lands, Thor.
Hail Thor! A little louder, perhaps?
Hail Thor!
Ah, yes, my mortals. It is so excellent to see you. Last year, I told you motherfuckers to pray. Did you?
Yes!
This is good. Yet you know what I did not see? Actions. I see you pray and not do what is necessary to make those prayers come true. It is possible, perhaps, that you feel that what can you do? You are just a small mortal. How can you change the world? That's bullshit! I'm going to tell you a story. Story time with Thor. Once upon a time, I was a guest in the hall of the Utgard Loki, the ice giant's king. We were chatting and having a grand old time, and I was boasting about my power as I am wont to do. And he said, I don't know, Thor. I don't think you're all that powerful. And I said, how fucking dare you say such a thing? Well, I don't know, Thor. You better prove your power to me. So I set down my hammer, as I am never to do, and I said, I will take on any challenge. Any challenge you give me. And he said, Thor, I have a simple challenge for you. This flagon full of mead, drink it all the way down to the bottom. So I accepted it, and I drank. But it was still full. I had only drank in about less than an inch of it. That's not possible. How is that happening? The Utgard Loki laughed at me and said, it appears you're not as strong as you think you are, Thor. And I said, bullshit! This was rigged. I will do any other challenge you give to me. And he said, well, I have a simple challenge for you then. Lift my cat from the ground. I like cats. I like Freya's cats. They don't like me. So I approached this cat and said, okay, cat, I'm gonna lift you. I got but its paw off the ground and nothing else. I was feeling very emasculated. No one makes Thor emasculated. I grabbed my hammer and I said, this is bullshit! Give me one last challenge. he said, all right, Thor. I have a scrawny old woman, and I need you to push her over. That should be easy for you, right? You're Thor, you're strong. So, oh, this is gonna be fucking easy. Come here, old woman. And so with all my might, I pushed, and I pushed, and I fought, but she would not move. At this point, I was pretty pissed. I grabbed my hammer and I said, it has been a pleasure to dine with you, Utgard Loki, but I will be off. And so I stormed off. And I angrily ran down the path to my goat chariot to fly away. But the Utgard Loki rode his horse up to me and said, Thor, I haven't been entirely honest with you. Said, well, do enlighten me, Utgard Loki. All right, Thor. That flagon, that drinking hoard of mead, it wasn't mead. It was the whole ocean. And if you look to the horizon, you can see how much the ocean has receded just with how much you have drank. And I looked to the ocean and he was right. It had receded and I had done that. And I said, all right, well, what about your cat? Oh, that wasn't a cat, said the Utgard Loki. That was the world serpent. And you still managed to unhinge the earth from its cords. I was feeling pretty remasculated at this point. I wanted to know next what was up with the old woman because I could not budge her at all. And he said, Thor, that old woman was the incarnation of death, the inevitable old age and defeats that not even you can fight. And I said, yeah, you're right. But I learned something that day, that I made a difference, that I changed the world in the smallest fashion. And all of you can too, if you work together and do small things, each of you, you can save the world. Ragnarok is upon us. It is time to fight. I am counting on you. Asgard is counting on you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
I'm going to refrain from making a Thor pun.
I drink
Proud
a
of
normal
ya.
amount.
Makes me very bored.
So, the only thing that can follow up a performance that hot is a fire goddess.
Ooh.
I present Hestia.
Hello.
Hello.
Having you all here reminds me of a very old story. Shall I tell it?
Yes.
There was a mother and son, Irina and Philion. Kind, humble people. They would set to the task of home and land that their neighbors would avoid doing. They would pay them for their efforts as opposed to doing it for themselves. And one day, Zeus, brother Zeus, returned from Olympus, just vexed by what he saw, claiming that humanity had fallen upon wretchedness, and all of the kindness and warmth had left their hearts. I did not believe this, for my hearth is connected to every home in the world. All their woes, their hopes, their dreams are mine to hear. So I did what every kind, loving sibling must do. I had to prove him wrong. But in a way, that wasn't a bet or a game. So I took up the tongue of flame and I wove it into a cloak, ragged with dirt, and I shrouded my divinity under a mask of old age, and I descended onto the earth below the clouds of Olympus. Stricken and hungry, I searched, and long became my journey as I traveled from town to town, home to home, asking for food, and drink. Some would offer me drink, but none would offer me food, and none would offer me a place by their hearth to rest. Until I came to their village, and Irina opened her door, and she welcomed me inside, and Filion found a chair for me to sit by the fireside to rest, and they gave me what food they had, and they gave me a bed of straw to rest while they laid by the fireside. And I swear, if I were not the goddess of the hearth and flame, I swear my heart would burst with the warmth of their kindness. So I returned, and pleased and reassured by my words was Brother Zeus, that he asked me what I could do for them and what he could do to repay their purity. I asked that he lay a blessing that their cupboards would always be filled with food, such as bread and fruit and meat, so that they could always have food for guests that stop upon their door, no matter how much they ate. And to this I added that their hearth would always burn warm and bright on the coldest nights, despite how much or how little wood they had. I am she that tends the hearth of Olympus. I exist in the feeling of relief when you cross your threshold. I exist in the sensation of a full stomach, in the feeling of clean clothes in warm and inviting surfaces. And I say this to you: be kind to strangers that may travel upon the door, for one day you may be that traveler, for one day you may need kindness, for kindness is the gift that gives back to itself threefold. I am Hestia, daughter of Rhea and Kronos, and this story is my message to you.
Hestia! Beautiful. So, our next performance is a river spirit, a Rusalka.
Hello. I'm so glad to see all your faces, especially you who live here. I am the Rusalka, a river spirit. You can find me just over there. In Russia, there are two stories of who I am. Many villages see me as a goddess in my own right, and every year they worship me and ask me to bring fertility to their fields. But then you changed my story, and I became a beautiful mortal woman who fell in love with an unkind man, and when the lying bastard betrayed me, leaving a bastard inside of me, I threw myself into the river and let myself drown. And my soul became part of the river. But what does the beginning of any story matter? What does any of it matter when the ending is always the same? I sit here, beautiful, in my ragged clothes that I haven't been able to repair in years. Because no one comes to help me, and I call to you. I sing to you, and I take your men, your women, and your children. Because I want you to come play with me. I want revenge for who betrayed me. I want what I need, and no one gives me what I need. You poisoned my river. You don't let me repair myself because you keep chipping away at me. You don't honor me anymore. I'm right there. I'm right there in the river. Why can't you come say hello to me? I'm so alone. Yarn. Many of the villages, they know it's what I need. A simple gift It's all I ask. I just need the means to take care of myself. The river can care for itself, but we need the means to do it. We're like you. I can make new clothes with this. I can't be seen in this. It's lucky I even found this piece to tie myself up. I want to be beautiful for the world. I want you to swim with me, but give me the means to it, and I will give you the means to live. You need me to live as much as I need you. Let me love you. Thank you. Come play with me, please.
So, we're gonna get some yarn and take it down to the river. Up next, gotta make sure I say it right. Up next, from much further east, is... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is Anami no Mikoto.
Good morning. How nice it is to feel the sun again, the grass under my feet, the trees, breeze. I come from Japan, created by the myriad, the ancient gods. Hello, small one. My husband and I were given a spear. In the water, we turn this holy spear, and by the salty water on this, we created the islands of Japan. Moving on forward, I had passed in childbirth. Burned by the fire god I was delivering, and later died of my injuries. My husband was grief-stricken, prayed to the gods for days to allow me back into Takamanahara, the heavens. He was told to wait, as my body was decayed, and he was warned of my appearance. He became impatient and came to see me anyways. And by the fear on his face, I could tell he did not like my appearance. He was afraid of me, the way I looked. He ran, feeling to cleanse himself in the river. And from there, I have stayed. I am Izanami, goddess of the underworld, goddess of Yomi, goddess of creation. Don't let fear be your worst enemy. Do not let fear and impatience stand in between what you really want in life. Anxiety, fear, it does nothing but bring you down. And this has been a lesson that this vessel has had to learn most of her life. And this is why I am speaking. Noah, please go to your daddy, Bubba. Fear will hold you back. It is not. It will hold you back. Yeah.
Thank you, Izanami. Coming up Next, from further east, Amit.
Oh, humans! Oh, you're so addicted to fear! But what does that hold you back from? Death? Is death really all that bad? No. Ah, you made me who I am. Crocodile, lion. But what about the hippopotamus? Even I, someone who devours the darkest parts of your soul, those who have done the worst things. Even I am fertile. Oh, I eat your hearts. I untether the ether of soul from the flesh of suffering. I am life. I am a mother. I am a creator. I release that soul to be reborn and recreated. Oh, don't fear me so. Do not fear death. It is merciful. It is beautiful. Let's hope that I am not waiting for you.
Eat my heart out. Up next, a mermaid.
I'm not here for the reason I like. I like to be here to tempt you all to my waters. I'm here to complain. You are destroying our oceans, our rivers, and eventually your planet. You throw things away without even thinking. You don't know what it's doing. There are islands in the sea, bigger than country, bigger than states. We can't swim freely. You are committing suicide and murder. You are destroying our planet and our Earth. Do something about it. Or we will take care of the problem. And you are the problem. You are the one poisoning our ocean and our planet. So do something about it before we do. And I guarantee you, if we have to do something about it, it will not be pretty. So I warn you now, take care of our oceans and our Earth, because you will regret it if you don't.
This last year, the ATC went to the Parliament of World Religions, where we got to hear a Hopi elder speak in Toronto, Canada. And when a Hopi elder leaves Hopi territory to go all the way to Toronto, Canada, you listen. And when a mermaid comes all the way from the ocean to the mountains to tell you to take care of the water, you listen. Coming up next, Sekhmet.
I am Sekhmet. I am the lion-headed Eye of Ra. I am goddess of war and healing. And I am pissed the fuck off! Look at yourselves. Every day, you pack every second full. And then,
Angels agree.
and then, those you view as authorities come to you, asking for more. They ask you, do this, do that, finish this project that will take hours that you don't have. And what is it you tell those people? Oh yeah, sure, I can do that. What are you doing to yourselves? You are destroying your passions, your bodies, your minds. Some of you say, oh, I don't have a choice. I have to say yes. It means there is something I need to learn. Have you thought about the fact that what you might need to learn is how to fucking say no? You only have one life as you. Don't waste it bowing to the whims of others. Learn when to say no, or I will come and teach you.
That brings us